Welcome everybody, it's Malsiv. I have another ice road racetrack for your boating needs and challenges. This one, quite an update from my original design. This is brand new, of course. I've named it Arid. This is Arid Raceway. It is quite a work in progress. There's a little bit more I want to do, but nothing too technical on top of this. It's been well received so far. There's some fun new tricks thanks to 1.16, and yeah, let's get into how this thing looks. So let's zip on over. Of course, I got the big sign, got it on the angle, so you know that this is Arid. Some of this I'm still going to change. I don't think I'm going to leave this strip of blue ice here. But anyway, the layout itself, we've got sort of the visitor center here. And we've got some times. You do have access to a basement. This switch will turn on or off the fun of the track, the 1.16 editions. You know, we keep some boats in here. I don't think I've got... Yeah, I got a couple more to go. I can't do the warped boats. That makes me upset a little bit, but that's okay. I will survive. Yeah, this was... We don't need this sign anymore because I had pressure plates up before 1.16. So, sort of standard in my designs, I've got a tripwire to start and stop everything. There's also a button to manually do that. The timer itself has an off switch. The reason for that is just to disable it if you don't want the timer to be running, and it's a desert, so rabbits show up and will actually trip this. Can be kind of annoying to have that running, but yeah, this is the timer house. It's a little bit smaller. We've got a light down here. We've got the instructions as we go through here. Basically, how this works is you've got... Oh wow, this is running for a little while. As it's running, of course, sand gets deposited at the speed of which a hopper can put them into this barrel. Once you are done, it'll stop sending. It'll lock that hopper. The reset actually rolls a minecart underneath to drain everything away. There are 5 stacks of sand total in the system, so one trip of a hopper minecart can empty it. I think 2.5, maybe near 3 is going to be about as long as anyone would really go. When this light is flashing, that means that the sand is being redeposited. So it's actually running through a dropper elevator, and every time they flash, they also flash this light. So that's the reset bush. It lets you know that it is still filling. Now, you can use it right now. We've given it enough time, really, that we could start. You just have to have enough sand coming in that it can also come out. So they work independently. You can do both. I think here... Yeah, you can kind of see the flashing. You can see there's a pair of hopper minecarts underneath this guy. When you run the reset, that one is a short trip, ran around and back, and then there's 2 of them that drain this one. So it empties this one extraordinarily fast. If we go inside a little bit, the hoppers that feed the barrel, this is where they're locked. That goes to the T flip-flop. The button itself, which one is this one? It's been a minute since I've been in here. So yeah, this reads the contents of this. So as soon as there's any sand in here, this torch gets turned off. So that'll turn off the rail that's underneath this. So when you hit the reset button and this guy zooms around the corner, it can't go anywhere until it empties this. And then this turns off, this turns on, rail's relit, and it shoots back off. Yeah, it was a fun little thing to put together, and it works quite well. The off switch locks the whole system just so that you can't trip it. It does a couple of things when you trip this or push this button. One, it will start this, which right now it won't because it's locked, but this starts, so you know there's an indicator here. So we just got some chasing lights along the side, so that you know it's running or not running. So that's about that. Yeah, I am not good at this racetrack at all. But let's let's take a quick trip. I'm going to start in front of this. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. So most everybody has been, and I haven't set rules in place yet, but they've been starting from up here, you know, sort of lining up with the blue, getting yourself a little bit of a head start, drift around the corner, hit yourself a pressure plate, which I missed. Little elevators take you up. The angles, everybody's nemesis because of all the jagged edges, straight away. And then we've got, oh, yeah, I'm terrible at this. The big elevator. That gets you way up top, back down again. And now I'm going to go through a little bit of a walkthrough once we get around this way. Drop down here. Nice little, oh, hairpin turn. Man. The wool is great because it does stop you from going anywhere without adding any unnecessary visual obstructions. Now we go under the ground. Got this straight away. And then a big turnaround. Oh, man. This is why I don't race. Back up here, and then we're back at the start-finish line. So there we go. That is a trip around Arid standard. Now, there are other tricks to that, as I alluded to before. There is the viewing platform from within here before we head back out onto the track. So you can actually kind of watch. I do have a dirt block up in the sky. I have some ideas for an aerial viewpoint, so I just marked that. So, yes, you see that weird thing floating there, and that's okay. Yeah, so let's head on down to the track. Now, as we come around, these pressure plates, when you step on them, interest. Oh, right. Is it pink? It's pink. All right, so there are snowballs. Is it currently locked? Interesting. All right, it has been a little bit since I've been here, so let's head back on downstairs. We will throw the lever. Now, that should give us a snowball. There we go. So as you race across it, that'll activate a snowball under the ice, giving you one of those. So we're going to get a couple of them real quick. There we go. So, you know what? I was ill-prepared for this. Let's take those. All right. All right. So, as you come around this curve, you're greeted with the elevators. And the elevators work with soul sand and then flowing water across the top. So you get jettisoned up and over. And that way your boat can't take any damage. Signs hold everything in place. And as you come this way, you'll notice there's a target block. And if you can hit it with a snowball, I'm very bad at this. There we go. That sends a signal and adds some blue ice in. And it's actually a 50-50 chance. There we go. Bullseye. There we go. Or you can get sand. So, 2 tries. We got 2 of them. And that is done down here underneath. We've got all these stackable block swappers on some timers. But yeah, there's just a simple shovel or bone in this case. So it's 64 stackable and a non-stackable item. And they'll give off different signal strengths. So it'll either go one or the other directions. So if it's too strong or too weak, only one of these will be affected, and then it will choose which string of these, because they're you've got the like ice. Well, no, that's the sandstone. The sand here, ice here, the blue ice, and it alternates all the way down. And they're both picked differently, with a short timer here to allow it to be present for your racing long enough to get the effect, whether it slows you down or speeds you up. And it's on an angle, so if you hit it straight enough and get the blue ice, it's a nice little bonus to your speed. And as we cruise along this direction, you got another little sharp turn around, and the same type of elevator, just bigger. So that'll rocket you up and out. And now we're way up top here. There's all the bunnies. Hi, bunnies. And then from here, there's actually this waterfall to take you down nice and gently, full of sea lanterns. Oh, there's the other snowball dispenser. So when you come this way, you can see in the distance, there it is. And there is some timing on this. And of course, as you're dropping down, you have to be a little careful because if you're crooked, you can land on the carpet. So be sort of careful. Then this swings you around. We'll get to this. And then there's the turn that comes around and then back underground. So you've got this hairpin, or this double hairpin from here. If you hit this, as you drop down, you get this drop down. So you go under, and then that'll close. And rather than going on the double hairpin, this takes you on a fast straightaway, a quick turn, and you meet up with the underground portion. Because that's where you'll come down underground. So this will shave a lot of time, because you're not dealing with the two hairpin turns. And then, you know, this kind of races underneath the track. Let me tell you, building this under a desert was not the best idea. There was a lot of me fixing the sand that I broke. And this pops up back here, and then you can race your way to the start-finish line. And then, of course, because the time would be running, you get the chase lights here, and then you can cross the line. The stacks of snow and the blue ice marking the line. I did a white wool there just to continue this coloration. And yeah, that's Arid Raceway. I'm a big fan. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to host kind of some events on this. I'm actually on 2 different servers. This one's a little my more technical server when I have time to play. But underneath, I do have a small wool farm because I needed, you know, all the wool for the raceway. So the colors are here to indicate what it is, and they just dump in to this section. And yeah, and the sheep farm's really easy. I'm gonna automate this even more on a large scale, so I have every color at home. And there is an off switch for this as well. So it's a design I've used before. Inside each pen, there's 3 blocks where 2 sheep live, separated by a fence post so they can't collide. And you've got the trapdoors to separate them out so that they don't go the other direction. And it also gently nudges them toward the fence post. If we take a look, their hitboxes, you can actually see, are intersecting this middle block so that that one dispenser handles both sheep. So, and then of course, anytime any dispenser fires, which those are hooked up to observers under the grass blocks all the sheep stand on, it also activates the minecart. So the minecart doesn't run all the time. Only when a dispenser and the observer are firing, then it also activates the minecart, which goes all the way down and then all the way back. And then it waits. And it deposits anything it caught into the chests. So it doesn't run constantly. It only runs when it needs to. And those are all the colors of sheep that I have down here. So I have the standard grayscale and then all the arid colors here. But yeah, had to build a wool farm to make my racetrack. And I figured, why not build it under the racetrack so when people are racing, they get more wool. But that is Arid. Signs on both sides. Yeah, this will be the gaming district once it gets all full of stuff. But everyone, of course, right now is into the nether. So we'll get there. We'll add some more stuff probably. Maybe build a new racetrack. Maybe head to the gaming district on my other server. Build something there. We'll see. I don't know. It's been a weird time. It is a weird time for everyone. So stay safe, stay healthy. Love you. This is Malsive. Thanks for stopping by.